What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Game Channel. I'm AJ Gels. How y'all doing? It has been a while since the weekly show has been back. That's just because I had a whole lot of stuff with work and school and everything, but my school semester is over. I'm back home. We're hanging out. I can focus on the channel again, or focus a lot more on the channel than I have been. So the weekly shows are coming back. I know it's late. Today, I went out to eat. I slept in, went out to eat with the family, and then came back and then got distracted by MLB The Show. Either way, if you're new to this show, basically what I do, I gather video game news from around the web, from around the week, and then I sit down, we read articles, I give my takes on the articles. Always happy to hear from you guys down in the comments or on social media. Links to all the social media is down in the description below. This week, I am including two trailers, the Shadow of the Tomb Raider trailer and the Red Dead Redemption trailer. Granted, they came out last week, but I didn't get a chance to tap my mic. Sorry about that. I didn't get a chance to show them all, or to talk about them when they did drop, so we are going to be talking about them in this video, and I will also be talking a little bit about or won't be talking about it in this video, but I'm planning over the next day or so to do a video on the hour-long gameplay of Days Gone that Game Informer has recently released. We'll go check that out when that happens. But to start off this week, Microsoft hiring with a focus on first-party AAA exclusives, article Shabana R of IGN. And the article reads, Microsoft job listings suggest the company is turning its focus towards developing AAA exclusive titles for its console. If I might say, dear God, thank you. I've been saying this for a while now. This has been one of Xbox's biggest issues, is they have not been doing any big exclusives. There's no reason to buy an Xbox right now. There's no big exclusives like there is on the PlayStation. And if you ask me, the PlayStation 4 is a massively better console in terms of its UI and everything. Much better than the Xbox. But again, it's another big thing when you take into consideration. There's no exclusives for Xbox. I mean, what's their current big franchise? What's the current big franchise that they have? Halo, Gears, which wouldn't surprise me to see either of those at E3. I mean, Fable, but we haven't even had a direct confirmation on Fable 4, Forza. But I don't see Forza selling consoles. I think anybody who's going to play a new Forza game already has an Xbox One. What else? I don't see them having any other really massive AAA exclusives. So we're going to be talking about in the next article what Remedy's up to. Quantum Break. There we go. Jeez, I'm trying to say Quantic Dreams, Quantum Leap, and a whole bunch of other things all in one sentence. Quantum Break. There we go. Honestly, I really like that game. I'd like to see a sequel of it, but that's about only other big exclusive that Microsoft has. So I'm glad they're putting some focus on this. The listing is for a principal program manager in Santa Monica, and the candidate will be tasked with growing, and I quote, internal studio talent, end quote, and working to help build a, and I quote, new franchise, end quote. It also calls for experience, and I quote, shipping high-quality titles at AAA standards. Yes, I know that's 4 A's, but I'm assuming that's a typo. End quote. That's a direct quote. It's unclear if it's intentionally worded that way. Oh, so maybe I don't know. And I quote, knowledge and understanding of the process of building new IP, end quote. Microsoft has drawn criticism for its lack of first-party titles in the past. At the end of last year, Xbox boss Phil Spencer said that Microsoft would be investing in studios to make more first-party games. Spencer said that the renewed focus on first-party exclusives would involve either buying in or creating new development studios. The company has had mixed results with its approach so far. It brought Rare back in 2002, but shut down other acquisitions like Press Play and Lionhead. It also came under fire for canceling, there's so many missing letters and typos. Canceling Scalebound, an action RPG it was developing with Platinum Games. The studio's director, Hideki Kamiya, later apologized to disappointed fans, saying, and I quote, for the fans, an apology is really all that I can offer. I'm terribly sorry, end quote. I constantly forget about Platinum Games and Scalebound. Because it was Scalebound was that one with that dude with the spiky hair blonde anime dude with the the Beats headphones. Riding a dragon. I constantly forget about that game. That game had so little interest to me that I always forget that it's a thing. Yet everybody keeps talking about it in these like, oh, big canceled game videos. I can never remember. I never remember Scalebound. Maybe it would sell consoles. I'm not entirely sure on that one. Let's see here. Last month, Darryl Gallagher, the former head of Crystal Dynamics, joined Microsoft Studios' executive leadership team. Microsoft Studios head Matt Booty, that's funny, I'm a child, shared the news on Twitter, saying that he was, and I quote, excited to share more at E3, end quote. Gallagher also teased a possible announcement for the event, tweeting, and I quote, good things to come at hashtag E3 2018, end quote. The job listing may tie in with whatever Gallagher has been working on. Microsoft's E3 press conference is scheduled for June 10th, so there's not long to wait until we find out. You can keep up to date on things E3 2018, blah, 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 right here, IGN. Yeah, all in all, I think this is a good move by Microsoft. I think they really do need to focus on their first-party exclusives, and I'm interested to see what's going to come out at E3. I mean, later this video, we're going to be, pretty much the rest of this video is going to be all E3 stuff. There was recently a massive leak at Walmart, which we will be talking about then, but I think I'll mention this little teaser ahead of time right now. I mean, they leaked Gears of War 5, which doesn't surprise me. I think there's been plenty of time in between 4 and now for there to be another Gears of War, mostly because I think I remember around Gears 4 the Coalition saying that they were working on a trilogy. So I'm not surprised to hear about Gears of War 5, and it would surprise me if we don't hear Gears 5 at E3 this year. A new Halo wouldn't necessarily surprise me. Like I said, Fable 4. I think this is what Microsoft really needs to do at this E3 is just exclusive. And by the looks of it, that might be what we're going to see, so good on them. Coming up next, we have an article on Destructoid by Brett Macadonsky. Macadonsky, that's what I'm going with. Finally, almost time to drop P7. We've been hearing about that for a while. For the good love of God, I want an Alan Wake sequel. Not saying that's what this is, but I want an Alan Wake sequel. Article reads, it's nearly May, and that means E3 speculation machine, patent pending, is running on all cylinders. The less we know for sure, the more anything is technically possible. There's enthusiasm and bright-eyed hope in being left in the dark. The latest rumors concerns a studio we haven't heard much from since 2016. According to PC Games N, Remedy's next title will be unveiled at E3. However, PC Games N doesn't explicitly state where this revelation comes from. The way it's worded makes it seem as if it came from an E3 appointment invitation. It's possible that publisher 505 Games' European PR team was quicker with invitations than the North American PR team. Despite not really knowing where this report comes from, it's likely that Remedy's next project, currently codenamed P7, will actually be at E3. Remedy has already told investors that it's targeting a 2019 launch for P7. The timeline makes sense in that a one-year marketing and media campaign seems appropriate. I mean, really, I don't think Remedy needs to put that much into... It really doesn't need to put that much into a campaign for a new game. I mean, Remedy's also already made... Look, I mean, Alan Wake was phenomenal. I'm sorry if anybody disagrees with me. You're wrong. I won't say that very often, but if you bash Alan Wake, you're wrong. And I stand by it. Quantum Break was still pretty good. Whether you liked it or not, I had some issues with the shooting. But all in all, I thought it was a good game and very enjoyable. So I don't think they need to put a whole lot in Quantum Break right there. A whole lot into campaign for that. I would rather them just kind of say, well, here you go. Here's a new game. See here. Apart from the release window, I cannot read right now. Apart from the release window, we know relatively, come on, write the full word. Editing. Little about P7. Remedy has already said that this will be a new property, so barring any misdirection, this won't be a full-fledged Alan Wake sequel. Moment of silence, everybody. Also, it's being developed for, and I quote, a wider range of platforms, end quote, which probably means PC and PS4 and Xbox One. The rest, including the actual title, is a mystery, but Remedy creative director Sam Lake gave a presentation at the Digital Dragons convention last year that dissected all the developers' games. Most everything that Remedy has done since 2001 has been a character-centric action game with themes of guilt and broken family. We've contracted 505 Games for confirmation of this Remedy reveal, but didn't receive any immediate response. We'll update this article when/if we hear back. I mean, with about a week out from E3, I'm doubt this is bullshit. I think this is pretty accurate. But dear God, I really want to know what it is. I mean, if it's not, so if it's going to be a new IP, I can't even guess what they're going to do. I think it is pretty accurate saying that it's going to be a character-centric action game. Maybe not built on guilt or broken family. I don't know about that. But I'm personally, I think there's got to be a sequel to Quantum Break. Spoilers to whoever didn't play Quantum Break. I have a full Let's Play on the channel, by the way. Hint, 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 hint. But Quantum Break needs a sequel because the cliffhanger ending that there was of the first game where, time was frozen. He leans into the girl's ear. I'll come back for you. And then, kind of drifts off. At least that's how I remember that game ending. Either way, I mean, we need a sequel. We need a sequel to Quantum Break, and Alan Wake needs a sequel because people will not stop yelling about it, including myself, because Alan Wake needs to come back because that game was so fucking good. Oh, what was I talking about? I was talking about E3. Yeah, and if I had to place money on a bet, I would say that this game is coming out. That this is going to be announced at the Xbox conference. Even if it isn't an Xbox exclusive, like I would think it would be, just because they've always been doing Xbox exclusives. I'd bet dollars to donuts that this is going to be at the Microsoft conference. So, moving on, we actually had some news on the PlayStation side about E3. PlayStation at E3 2018 journey begins June 11th at 6 p.m. Whatever. This is on the PlayStation blog by Sean Layden, chairman, SIE Worldwide Studios. It's a pretty short thing. The blog post reads, "It's been an exceptional year for games thanks to genre-defining masterworks like A Way Out, Far Cry 5, God of War, Monster Hunter World, and Moss." I didn't play Moss. I know it was a VR title involving a mouse. Monster Hunter World, I guess if you like those kind of games, God of War is phenomenal and my game of the year. I still haven't played A Way Out. It was just scheduling with some other people. We tried to play it once and the video got all messed up and we couldn't end up uploading it. And then we just never had time to get together and play it again. So I still haven't played A Way Out, but I've heard phenomenal things about it. And Far Cry 5, I stand by my statement that it was a good game ruined by its story and the fact that they made a silent protagonist. I just don't think that worked for that game. And I still need to do my written review. Sorry. I have plans to do that in the next day or so. See here, but 2018 is just getting started. To ring in a new year of incredible new gaming experiences, the PlayStation team is planning a new E3 showcase, and we're inviting all of our closest friends. That means you, and I'm pointing even though I'm not on camera. Join us on Monday, June 11th, starting at 6 p.m. Pacific time, as we share a preview of what's next for PlayStation. We'll broadcast the show live from E3 in Los Angeles, California, via liveplaystation.com, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. And by the way, everybody, as I have done the past 2 years, I will be doing, whatever, wrap-ups, whatever you want to call them, for the all E3 press conferences and maybe one or two other things. I'll probably do it the way I did it last year, while I'll record the live stream, me watching live stream, live reactions, that sort of deal. If I could live stream, I'd live stream, me watching the thing and pausing and giving my reactions. But that's how I'll do it. But just so note that is on the horizon. In a rare break from tradition, we wanted to give you an early glimpse at what to expect heading into the showcase of June 11th. PlayStation's Worldwide Studios will be at E3 in full force to provide you with an exclusive look at 4 upcoming titles: Death Stranding from Kojima Productions, Ghost of Tsushima from Sucker Punch, Marvel's Spider-Man from Insomniac, and The Last of Us Part 2 from Naughty Dog. Now, here's some. I'll finish this off and then go into my my ideas for this. Of course, we'll have stellar announcements from third-party publishers and independent developers who are all busy devising innovative new experiences that will make your heart race and your emotions soar, whether you're playing on PS4, PS4 Pro, and PSVR. Stay tuned for PlayStation Blog to learn a bit all this stuff here at the bottom that you can read on your own. All links to every article will be in the description. As far as this stuff goes, I'm not surprised that they're going to still have some little announcements here and there, probably some sizzle reels for other games. That stuff, I have a feeling if it's not shown during the main conference, it'll be shown during the pre-show. Sony did that last year for about like the hour ahead of time. They showed some interesting stuff. Like it's where they talked about PlayLink and a few other things in the pre-show, which I might add to the video next at E3. But again, we still have a couple weeks till that. But on to the main stuff that this talked about, that there's going to be 4 big looks at games. That's Death Stranding, Tsushima, Spider-Man, and Last of Us. Not surprised about The Last of Us. I've been calling that for a while, although I think that you don't need clairvoyance to know that they were going to talk about The Last of Us Part 2. Spider-Man, I'm not surprised that they're talking about it. I find it interesting that it's going to be a focus, seeing that this conference is in June and the game comes out in September. So that's a little weird that they're taking time to just show us more. I thought it would just be like a new trailer or maybe a new gameplay chunk. But if they're going to give us a new look, I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that's an odd decision when you have other titles like Days Gone, which I would like to know more about. Although we've already seen enough of the game. I just want a freaking release date, which dear God, I hope they give us. Ghost of Tsushima, I'm stoked for. I hope we actually get to see gameplay because we've seen trailers and the game looks sweet. I hope we get gameplay and a release date. That's all I want. And Death Stranding, I just want to know what the hell the game is. I just want to know what the game is. Oh my God, Kojima, you hurt me. You wound me, sir. But again, I'm glad we're going to get a real look at Death Stranding, and I just want to know what kind of game it is. Kojima, stop being so cagey with the details, and again, release date. I want a release date for most things, but I want to know what Death Stranding is. Like I said, I want a real look at gameplay for Tsushima. Spider-Man confuses me a little bit why it's in this mix-up of why we're getting big exclusive looks for a game coming out in about a month, but it's still excited because I can't wait for the game. And same thing for The Last of Us. I just want gameplay and a release date. That's all I want. So there's my take on that. Just a little article that I thought I'd throw in. But here we go. Big thing on Games Radar. Did Walmart Canada leak the E3 2018 lineup? Step right up and try taking a look at guessing which are real. Article Sam Prell. Like I said, Games Radar. This stuff happens a lot. I mean, whenever something new kind of gets caught on a foreign ratings website or whatever. So it would surprise me if all of these were fake. I'm willing to bet you that one of them aren't. And I'm not going to tell you because I can actually see all of these maybe being real. But who knows? But I'm not going to sit here and say that these are all real or all fake. I'm going to guess a majority are real and maybe 1 or 2 aren't. But again, entirely possible that because none of this is confirmed. This is just me speculating. Also, big thank you to Samori Roden who gave me the heads up that this happened. So thanks, buddy. Let's see here. The article reads, with just 1 month left to go, exclamation point in parentheses, until all the unannounced E3 2018 games are revealed, the rumor mill is starting to churn with a significant speed. This week's fuel for the speculation fire comes courtesy of Walmart Canada, which, as spotted by Wario64, lists several unannounced games as available for pre-order. Let's just click up that. Far Cry 7, Dragon Quest II, WWE 2K19, not surprising. Last of Us Part 2, Insurgency Sandstorm, wasn't that a VR title? I mean, The Division 2, not surprising. And the Final Fantasy VII Remake that still hasn't happened. That makes me laugh. Oh, how do I get out of this? Oh, there we go. This is a picture. Thought I was losing my mind there. Some of these games are expected, even confirmed. Some of them are not. But which are real and which ones are phonies? Let's go down the list game by game and see if we can deduce the legitimacy of each. First up, Splinter Cell. I I'll go into this at the end of this. There hasn't been a new Splinter Cell game since 2013, Splinter Cell Blacklist. Good game, by the way. However, series protagonist Sam Fisher recently made a cameo appearance in Ghost Recon Wildlands, lamenting that, thanks to the retirement of one other guy, wore a bandana or something, Solid Snake, it's only old Sam left in the espionage action scene. 5 years is certainly long enough to earn the character an open arms homecoming, especially if, as was the case with his Wildlands cameo, it means the return of Michael Ironside as his voice actor. I give this a 2 out of 3 green lights on a forehead's chance of being real. I'd have to agree with this. It's been a while since we've seen a true Splinter Cell game. I remember some rumblings before it was announced that he was going to make a cameo appearance in Wildlands, that there was going to be a new Splinter Cell game, and I was really thinking, oh my god, this is it, we're going to get a new Splinter Cell. And then he got announced for that the Ghost Recon kind of cameo, and I thought, oh god, no, please tell me that's not what this is. And now seeing this is making me think maybe we're going to get a new Splinter Cell. I'd have to go with this guy, or with the writer, and say that most likely is real. And if we're going to find out, it's going to be at E3. It's going to be during the UB conference. Dear God, I hope that's real. Let's see here. Just Cause 4. Just Cause 3 released to mixed reviews. Mine was one of the bad ones. On PC, performance issues. Mixed reviews and on PC. Performance issues exacerbated by stringent DRM. It had a strong first week at retail, outperforming Just Cause's 2 launch by nearly 50%, and current sales estimates suggest roughly 2 million units sold. That's no small feat, but it's also not blowing out Just Cause 2's 6 million out of the water. I give this game 4 out of 6 grappling hooks to... Okay, he's trying to be clever here. 4 out of 6 grappling hook tethers chance of showing up at E3. 4 out of 6. Yeah, I could see it happening, especially if Microsoft is trying to... Oh, wait, this wasn't an exclusive, was Just Cause an exclusive? Somebody correct me on that or not. I don't remember it being an exclusive, but it might be now that I think about it. Yeah, actually, I think it was, because I remember playing it on Xbox One. Rarely do I... I can't remember. I'm not going to make a definitive case whether or not. Would Just Cause 4 show up? Maybe, because I know the people who liked it. The people that I know who liked it really liked it. I really didn't. I thought the game was buggy. The story was not good. I was bored with it a lot of times. So who knows? Maybe Just Cause 4 will come out, but this one I can see happening, but I honestly, one way or the other, I just do not give a crap. Or I don't care about the game if it's real. Let me put it that way. Dragon Quest 2. So, Dragon Quest 2 was originally released back in 1987, and I'd be really surprised if we got a port or remake of this. There's Dragon Quest 11 coming out, Dragon Quest 11 coming soon, so maybe someone mistook the Arabic numerals for Roman ones. Otherwise, my best guess is that someone just left a word out, and this is supposed to refer to Dragon Quest Builders 2, which is confirmed to be in development, but only for PS4 and Switch, whereas the game is listed for PS4 and Xbox One. In any case, I give this one slime out of like a lot's chance of actually being called Dragon Quest 2. I don't really have a take on this. Make Dragon Quest 2, maybe I'd play it. Make Dragon Quest 11, maybe I'd play it. I won't play Dragon Quest Builders 2 because I don't like Minecraft-style games. But I really want to play Dragon Quest. I'm not going to lie. I just have not had the time or I haven't had the time or ability to play the Dragon Quest games. And anybody out there know, is Dragon Quest, do you have to play all of them to understand the subsequent ones? Or is it kind of like Final Fantasy where you can just pick up and play? If anybody can tell me that would be a big help. Destiny Comet sound familiar? Way back when even the first Destiny was but a twinkle in our eyes, we learned of Bungie's plans for post-launch DLC. Between smaller expansions, the studio expected to release updates known as Comets in 2015, 2017, 2019, 2021. These would straddle the line between expansions and full-blown sequel. offering far more content to players than chapters like House of Wolves and Dark Below. Ever since The Taken King, however, the term Comet seems to have disappeared from Bungie's lexicon. Now it's possible it's just become more of an internal code name for extra large expansions that revamp the core experience. But with Destiny 2 expansions Warmind having just dropped in early May, I doubt there would be an announcement of something Taken King sized at E3 2018. I give this 1.5 Wizards from the Moon out of 10. I don't know. Honestly, I've not been paying attention to Destiny 2 in a long time. I really haven't played it in a long while. I've known from other people I know from listening to other people that they've been really disappointed with Destiny 2, so maybe they're going to push another expansion, but again, another one kind of like Dragon Quest, I really don't have a take here. Borderlands 3. At PAX West 2017, Gearbox CEO Randy Pitchford told fans that the majority of staff at the studio was, and I quote, working on the thing I think most of you guys want us to be working on, end quote. The Borderlands series has always been massively popular, and it's been 4 years since Borderlands, the pre-sequel, and Tales from the Borderlands. Time to come back to Pandora. 5. Catch a rides out of Kitchen Once. God damn it. Yeah, I think Borderlands 3, that's pretty, I bet that's a safe bet. I would also like a Tales from the Borderlands 2, but I also, A, love Telltale, and B, still waiting on The Wolf Among Us. I don't know. I started saying it like I was going to talk about Borderlands, and then I ended up talking about Tales and Wolf Among Us Part 2, which I'm still waiting for. Telltale that you said would come out this year. Back to Borderlands 3, AJ. Come on, dude. Yeah, I see Borderlands 3. I think this is a very likely thing that hasn't maybe been announced, but I'd be surprised if we don't hear anything about a new Borderlands. Played the first one, really liked it, really liked Tales. I've played a little bit of the pre-sequel. I just have not really gotten back into it for a long time, and I don't remember if I ever finished 2. So, not a series that I care a lot about, but I will definitely give Borderlands 3 a try when it comes out, just because I do really like Borderlands. I'll say that. Assassin's Creed, not Assassin's Creed with an apostrophe, denoting a creed possessed by assassins, just multiple assassins and a creed. Okay, grammatical errors aside, I could see a new Assassin's Creed game getting announced at E3 2018. Ubisoft famously said it wanted to give the series room to breathe after flooding the market with a new game every year, and indeed, there was no AC game in 2016. That said, Assassin's Creed Origins did quite well for itself, and Ubisoft may see this as a sign that it's earned back goodwill for the franchise. I'm not so sure one game can undo the damage done by Assassin's Creed Unity. Well, I also think that Syndicate was really good. I thought Syndicate earned back some of my trust from Unity, and then Origins really did a lot to help too. But I also wouldn't be surprised. One out of 2 Hidden Blades, 1.5 if it means a late 2019 release. Honestly, I would guess that would be more accurate. I think the next mainline AC game is going to be a 2019 title. Because, excuse me, I don't think Ubisoft is going to just keep dropping Assassin's Creed games like they used to. I think they're going to take their time with this next one. Dear God, I want an Assassin's Creed game set in feudal Japan with ninjas. But we've already done, unless you do one with cowboys. But I highly doubt you'll be able to do an Assassin's Creed game with cowboys. As I've said this in other videos, cowboys, pirates, ninjas. That's how you get me. But yeah, I think 2019 release date is much more likely, and that they'll either announce it now and hype it, or because this isn't technically E3 announcements. This is something at a Walmart. I think it wouldn't surprise me if this is like a collection, either an Assassin's Creed collection game. But I don't know exactly what they'd put all together. It would either be that, or kind of a game, not a game, I don't know any better way to say this other than a game of the year, a complete edition for Assassin's Creed Origins. So it would be Origins plus the Pharaohs DLC, God, I can't remember, was it Rise of the Pharaohs? I think it was Rise of the Pharaohs and the Hidden Ones DLC. That would be my guess. I think the most likely thing is, if this is, a Walmart leak or whatever, that it would be an Assassin's Creed kind of, here's AC Origins, the main game, and all the DLC, kind of all in one. or like they said, they're just placeholding an AC game for 2019. Which also wouldn't surprise me, but I don't see an AC game coming by the end of this year, or a new mainline AC game coming to us by the end of this year. Let's see here. We've had 3 Lego DC villains. We've had 3 Lego Batman games, and likewise 2 Lego Marvel superhero games. But what about the other side of the story? Sure, it's not the most original idea, but it's fun to be the bad guy sometimes, and DC has an excellent roster of recognizable villains. I give it 50 out of 52 odds of being real. This feels like a sure thing to me, barring the Flash ran through time reboot. Honestly, I do not care enough to give you a take just because I don't like the Lego games. I'm going to be honest. Not a fan of the Lego games. So I don't rightly care. Rage 2. Look, one of my best friends loved the first one, and I'd wager surely someone else out there does too. But this is not a heavy hitter franchise. Oh my god. As someone who I liked the original Rage. I don't remember much about it because it's been so long since I played it. Which now actually I'm thinking about replaying it for the channel because I think it would be really fun. Because from what I remember of Rage, it was just a big dumb actiony post-apocalyptic shooter, but either way. The original Rage was a technical marvel of its time, but reviews gave it mostly so-so scores, and it wasn't a massive hit sales-wise. That said, Bethesda had since published some really great open-ended games like Dishonored and Prey, and id Software completely tore apart its plans for Doom 4 to make the universally acclaimed Doom. Yes, I'm going all caps that one because it deserves it. Well, yeah, because that's how the game is written. It's Doom, all caps. And the newly christened Rage Twitter account seems to be having some fun, so who knows. If there is a Rage 2, maybe it won't trip over itself like the first one. 2 irradiated mutants out of 5. This is real. See, I don't think 2 out of 5. I think this is spot on. This is real. Especially because Bethesda has really been doing some goofy stuff, in which we'll talk about in the next article. But I am willing to bet you that out of all, well, not out of all of these, because I know Gears 5 is on this. This is the second most that I believe is real, right underneath Gears 5. What's up next? Did you like Forza Horizon 3? Well, get ready to have your mind blown because the Forza series is just going to skip right past Forza Horizon 4 and replacing it with more Horizons. Forza Horizons 5 coming this fall. Okay, yes, obvious typo is obvious, and there's zero chance Xbox announces Forza Horizon 5 at E3 2018, but could a Forza Horizon 4 be the, don't say Horizon, damn it. I kind of like him making these jokes. That's kind of funny. Probably development studio Playground Games is rumored to be working on Fable 4. Dear God, I hope that's true at the moment, but that doesn't mean that the entire staff is assigned to that project. Forza Horizon 3 was a major success, and these games have always been spread 2 years apart, which means we're about to Forza Horizon 5, 0 MPH, Forza Horizon 4, at least 80 MPH. I could definitely see a new Forza Horizon game, but there's a part of me that doesn't want it happening, or at least announced right now, because I want it announced that Playground Games is working on Fable 4 and that they are putting their entire focus on Fable 4. And I'll say it this way. Look, Fable 4, I've said this before, I think if this is true that Playground is working on Fable 4, because again, I still say probably because we have no definite confirmation on that. If they are working on Fable 4, dear God, put your entire staff on it. Because if you release a lackluster Fable game, you are going to get chewed out for that. And I'm talking Microsoft, maybe not Playground Games, but Microsoft definitely is going to get chewed out if they put out a lackluster Fable 4. And maybe it's my cynicism, but I have a feeling that they'd say, well, I guess people just really didn't want a Fable 4. Well, no, it wasn't that they didn't want a Fable 4. It's the fact that you put a half-assed effort into Fable 4. No, that Fable is not a series that you put your part of your staff working on. That is something that you put your top pro team on a Fable game. Oh, all right. Gears is one of Microsoft's biggest exclusives, which it could likely use more of. And Gears of War 4 was well received both critically and commercially. I really liked it. Plus, it ended on a bit of a cliffhanger, suggesting more games are on the way. Gears of War 5 is almost definitely in development. Will get announced at E3 2018, though. I give it one woo from the Coal Train, because one is all you need, baby. But what do you think, dear readers, all that stuff? It's definitely Gears 5. I have no doubt. And I think that's going to be this. It's going to be at E3 2018. Definitely. This is the it's Gears of War 5 is my number 1. Rage number 2. I'll give Splinter Cell 3, then Forza at 4, 5 AC, and then the rest of them you can put in whatever order. But those are my top 5. I would guess it would be Splinter Cell, Rage, Forza, Gears, and Splinter Cell would be my 5. Did I supposed to say Splinter Cell twice in there? Either way, that's my bet. All right. So now looking more at the Bethesda end of this, if this article, there we go. Bethesda's been having some fun with this Rage thing. We'll take a look at this. The original story. Let's see. I don't want to show the picture that everybody's probably seen, but well, whatever. In light of a recent retail listing leak, the exposed Rage 2, Bethesda has been having fun. And has now decided to just openly tease the game. A context-free tweet on Bethesda's Twitter account shows a picture of Big Ben smeared with the same paint from the Rage account's Walmart call-out tweet from yesterday. Now, let's take a look at these. The first one being the call-out with all this paint and the anarchy sign. Yeah, that's funny. Incorrect key art. Wrong font. Not all caps. Missing age ratings. I like these guys. That's funny. And the Big Ben tweet, there we go. Let's see here. The time on Big Ben shows 5:14, indicating a possible 5:14 reveal for the game. The use of Big Ben is also curious, as UK developer Rebellion very conspicuously responded to yesterday's Rage tweet with a clapping emoji. Bethesda E3 showcase takes place on Sunday, June. See, this was something I was wondering. What the hell is Bethesda going to show? Because I have no doubt that we're going to see more Elder Scrolls, be it the online Elder Scrolls Online, but also I think Elder Scrolls 6. I think they got to put up or shut up with that game. They got to show something. But really, I mean, what else are we going to see? Maybe a new Doom? But I think this is extremely likely, and this is the picture I was trying to hide from showing. This is Imran Khan, and this article is on Game Informer, by the way. But God, I love this picture. So cool. I'm just going to delete those. Let's see here. Update from actually earlier today. Bethesda is continuing to tease Rage 2 on Twitter following a retail listing leak by Walmart Canada. The most recent tweet depicts a grimy-looking character with his mouth pulled open by one finger. His bloody teeth. 5:14 is written in other tweets. Blah 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 blah. So yeah, I think in a couple days we're gonna get some Rage news. If we get a full-on announcement, maybe a trailer or something, I'll do its own video for that, because I am really interested to see if we're going to get another Rage game. But, so keep your eyes out for that. Alright, real quick, I'm going to get up, stretch my legs, grab a drink. I didn't think I'd be going for about 40 minutes on those, but I kind of have. So we'll be looking at these next two trailers in a bit, but like I said, I'm going to stand up for a second. Alright guys, let's get into this. This first thing we have, the End of the Beginning trailer, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Well, it has to actually tell us this is not actual gameplay. I'm going to be pausing and making stupid comments here, but I mean, if it's not obvious, we have a Mayan setting, the sun, the architecture and everything, which I think is a good location. I've been wondering where are we going to go in this game, because I mean, we had the Japanese island in the first one with Himiko, then we went into I think it was the Himalayas in the second one. I can't remember what we were looking for in that game. I loved Rise of the Tomb Raider. I just cannot remember exactly what we were finding. I know there was an immortal dude. The whole Trinity thing became a lot more important. But my question is, what are we looking for in this game? What is Trinity doing here? What are we going to do to stop Trinity? Because this is the end of this specific Tomb Raider trilogy, and there's got to be that like last final showdown between Trinity and Lara. Ah, gross. Well, actually, real quick though, I remember reading somewhere that the point of this game actually is to stop an ancient Mayan like doomsday prophecy. Obviously, but I'm not entirely sure like why. Like, do we know about this prophecy? Is the prophecy why we came here? That's what I'm trying to get at. I mean, we might know like the macro reasons. But is Lara looking for something? But why exactly does she know that this prophecy is real? Is it just because, well, we had all this other stuff happen that's magic and real, so maybe let's go check it out, or what's going on with that? So that's why I'm saying we don't really know. I mean, we know, but do we? Hopefully we get like an actual machete and not just the climbing pick. Oh, this move. Oh my god. I really hope that's in the game. I really hope we can Batman guys up into trees.
So far. I'm not turning back. After all I've sacrificed, I have to wonder. What will I become?
All right, obviously. Oh, sorry. Well, we'll run through the very end of this. Yeah, September 14th, pre-order now. Blah 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 blah. Already super pumped. I mean, yes. I mean, I love like I said, Rise of the Tomb Raider. I love the original one, the movie with Alicia Vikander. Well performed, but I think that movie could have been done better if they would have stuck a little bit more to the game, and just I had problems with it. But shout out to Tomb Raider. I'm stoked for. I mean, obviously, we're going to be dealing with an eclipse. I like the setting. Like I said, I hope we can Batman guys up into trees. But just that last little bit, I think, really gives us a look into the story and what it's going to be about. It's Lara. It kind of, I kind of think of it, when I think of this kind of stuff, I always think of like with Jason Brody. With how he went from being just some kind of like party boy to going, oh, I'm okay with murdering tons of people. And I think we're seeing that with Lara in this game, is that she's not put into a position where she has to continuously defend herself like in the first game, where she's just a girl and now, oh, I'm basically in a fight for my life here. And then in the second one, I don't think she went looking for this fight. I think in this one, we're going to see her, I'm here to fight Trinity. I'm here to do this. It's a lot more active, and in a way, it's her like right there at the end is like, well, I'll do this, but what will I become? What I'm really right there. She must become the Tomb Raider. She's destined to be. God damn it. I'm really excited to see what this what Tomb Raider is going to do with that. I really like the CG trailer and everything. It was super pretty. Like I said, stoked. Definitely going to buy that for me. That's a definite buy. This next game, also a definite buy, but I have not liked these trailers, as my computer takes forever to load it up. This is the Red Dead Redemption. This is the newest trailer we have. Mostly because we aren't told anything. I mean, we find maybe we can glean some certain things out this, but it's mostly an ambient trailer, which I just want to know more about the game, especially about the new main character. I think his name's Arthur Morgan, something like that. But we don't know jack about him. From what I've read, he's basically Dutch, whatever his last name was. He's Dutch's like right hand man. He's he's like the big enforcer of the group. So I have a feeling, I mean, we're going to be an expert like gunslinger and fighter and everything. But it's just I want to know more about the game. Specifically, and Rockstar is going to be tight-lipped, especially because the game's supposed to come out by the end of the year. Is it like a September-August release date? I can't remember off the top of my head right now. One other thing I really want to know about before we start the trailer is what's with the New Bordeaux section of that early released map? Like, does this and the Mafia franchise, do they take place in the same universe? Oh, God. There we go. Now let's get into this.
18.
Listen to me. We don't want to kill any of you.
Sure you don't.
Trust me, we will. Wake them up a little.
That's a sweet looking gun.
This whole thing is pretty much done. We're more ghosts than people.
I love his voice. I will say that.
You have got to keep faith. They will not crush us.
Good old Dutch. My best friend. You know how we met? Pair of hucksters trying to rob each other. Back in 78 or thereabouts.
You have to love yourself a fire. It's one of the blessings. Sure, we can have fire. And we can have the knowledge of fire. But with that comes the knowledge of everything. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a robbery.
Sons of Dutch. Makes us brothers. Sometimes, brothers make mistakes.
You'll never change. I know that.
All of you venerate savagery. And you will die savagely. Get out here!
All right, if anybody knows those scars in that face, that's our good friend and protagonist from the first game, John Marston. Now, a lot of people caught that. That wasn't big news. Let me see if I can. Where are we exactly? 143. Let's see if I can find her picture. Is that? No. See, this makes me think is what I'm kind of saying. Like I'm expecting like some Fight Club side missions or whatever. I'm really interested. I want to know what all is in the game other than I know Red Dead Online is a thing. This one right here, Marston's wife. Apparently, this is what I've been reading from people. Marston's wife. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. It's been a little bit since I played the original Red Dead, but apparently that's who that is.
Stay strong. Stay with me. You have to love yourself a fire.
Okay, comes out in October. Later than I thought it would. I thought it was coming out earlier in the year. Stoked. Get select Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah, definitely. I'm playing on PS4 because I want if I want the trophy, I have a feeling I have to play Red Dead Online, and that makes me sad. I don't like online features. Constantly say it. No, again, another game I'm really pumped for. I just want to know more about it. I want to know more about the open world. I want to know more about the main character and everything, but I feel like I'm not going to get any of that. So I'm trying to kind of keep this game as out of my head as possible until October when I really get to play it. Even then, I really don't want to know a lot about Red Dead before I play it. I really just want to just kind of dive into it and play it, and I'm super pumped for it. Something that I am I'll kind of end this video on this thought that I've had recently. Something I maybe like to see more of in this game that we really didn't get to do in the first one, like because we're playing a bad guy. We're playing part of this gang. Bank robberies, train robberies, stuff like that, like those classic like spaghetti. I mean, this is a spaghetti western. I mean, this is kind of like satire. I mean, the first game was this way too. It was kind of like a satirical cowboy story made by a British developer, or an English developer, whatever the proper term is. I mean, it's just like Grand Theft Auto is a satirical take on American culture. What entirely funny. Okay, I'm not saying that they shouldn't do this, but something I really kind of hope that we saw those in those old spaghetti westerns that I absolutely love are like bank heists and train robberies and all that. I'm kind of hoping we get to do some of that stuff in Red Dead 2, and we can plan it kind of like how we planned the heists in Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, will that feature carry over directly? Probably not. Will it even be there? I'm going to be honest, I highly doubt it, but man, I hope it is, because I think it would be really fun. But that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching, everybody. I just realized I typed in Red Dead 2. I'm stoked for all this stuff. We have E3 in about a month. As I said, I'll be doing that. Why can't I never remember the title of this game? Days Gone gameplay footage that was done by Game Informer in a couple days. Keep your eye out for that. Let's Plays, everything like that is still going to be going on. I'm going to be hitting that hard this summer. And thanks for watching. See you next Saturday or anytime in between. If you watch my Let's Plays, Facebook, Twitter, the website, minds.com. Links, all that stuff is down in the description below. Tell me what you think. Send me news articles that you want covered to make sure they're covered. Anything like that on any of those platforms. You can also do that down in the comments. Other than that, remember to like, and if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for more next time. But until then, I'm AJ Gels. This is the Gaming Channel. I'm out.